Well, news just coming in. The Congress soul searching that was on the Congress Working Committee meet in Delhi. In fact, that meeting has just ended. These are pictures that we're getting to you from the Congress headquarters. Our National Affairs editor, Javed Ansari, is joining us with the very latest. Javed, what are you picking up about what went on in this meeting and the big messages that are coming out?
Well, Ruchika, it was a three-hour-long meeting. There's no official word yet as to what has transpired. There are just two people who've come out, Beni Prasad Verma and Ajit Jogi. So we haven't been able to gather, but as time goes by, we'll get to know. We'll get to know what happened. The Prime Minister is still inside. Rahul Gandhi, Mr. Sonia Gandhi, the rest of the CWC members are inside. We'll know soon enough what happened. But what we can say certainly is that there has been a great. The recent rout has been discussed at length, and there's been serious calls for introspection. Now, what is the form, shape, and what is the form, shape, of things to come? We will know only in a while from now.
All right, we'd let you pick up a word on what exactly happened in that meeting, Javed. Let me just quickly recap for our viewers on these pictures that you're watching right now from outside the Congress headquarters. In fact, we just saw Sonia Gandhi and Rahul Gandhi come out of that meeting, the 3-hour-long meeting that Javed was talking about, which senior Congress leaders attended. Remember, this is the highest decision-making body of the Congress party, highest level meeting that was taking place today to take stock of the situation, the poll drubbings that the Congress party received at the hustings. There were reports about how Rahul Gandhi and Sonia Gandhi could actually both put in their papers, but we had also seen advisors of the two leaders, several party leaders, veterans, trying to insulate the two of them from any criticism and blame. Whether any of these leaders now speak on record is something we'll have to perhaps wait and watch, but you can see top leaders of the Congress party now coming out, emerging out of that meeting that took place in the capital. This was the first stock-taking meeting of the Congress party after its worst ever performance in the Lok Sabha elections. The party has been reduced to double digits in the Lok Sabha, scoring just 44 seats. Sonia Gandhi and Rahul Gandhi, of course, attending that meet along with Prime Minister Manmohan Singh, all the top leaders doing the post-mortem of their colossal electoral defeat in the Lok Sabha elections. Reports had been rife about how the Gandhis may offer to resign at the CWC meeting, but their resignation would almost certainly be rejected by the colleagues. Well, let me try and once again reconnect with Javed Ansari, who's reporting from outside the Congress headquarters. Even as we see these live pictures of Congress leaders leaving right now this meeting, Javed, just take us through what exactly happened, if there's any word on what were the main points of discussion and whether any big decision was taken. Well, I'm afraid we've not connected with Javed. We'll just try and do that. We'll reestablish that link. But let's just take you through some of the reports that had filtered in earlier of Gandhi's offering to step down at the Congress Working Committee meet. And there were also reports of how their resignation would almost certainly be rejected by the colleagues at the CWC. In fact, several other top leaders that headlines today had spoken to had tried to cushion Rahul Gandhi from the fallout of the poll drubbings in the Lok Sabha elections, with many of them suggesting that this, in fact, is a collective failure. You cannot pin the blame on just one person. But remember, Rahul Gandhi was someone who led this campaign for the Congress party in the 2014 Lok Sabha election. So can he be absolved of all accountability in this case? And if there are any big decisions that have been taken by the Congress party as it looks at restructuring, revamping and trying to breathe in new life into the grand old party. These are the Congress members, veteran leaders who in fact were present. Several of them in fact had to face electoral defeat. Some of them even had to face humiliating defeat. While P. Chidambaram's son Karthi Chidambaram had to lose his deposit. Mani Shankar Iyer, who in fact made that controversial chai wala comment, was another Congress veteran who had to lose. So the Congress, which is trying to pick up the pieces after the electoral mauling that it had to face, met today the highest decision-making body. Ashar Khan, I believe, is live with us right now. Ashar, what more details can you share with us of what transpired at the CWC?
Well, first things first, both the Congress President and Vice President offered their resignations in the CWC, which was unanimously rejected. Others There have been several suggestions which have come out with the CWC. Also, there was a suggestion which was mooted that perhaps a review a committee can be formed to review the reasons for the losses. But at the moment, what they are saying is that they are going to come out with a resolution which will have the final wording, what all was discussed in the CWC. On the other hand, what we've also learned is that many other leaders also expressed that they should also come in and put in their papers because of the disastrous results which came out. So clearly, we've seen that there was a stock taking which took place within 2 days of the election results. This is something which usually does not happen as far as the Congress party is concerned.
All right, Ashar, as we are now learning, both Rahul and Sonia Gandhi offered to resign at the Congress Working Committee meeting. This was the report that we had played out earlier on Headlines Today, as you have been speaking to Congress sources and they had confirmed that this is something that they anticipate at the meeting. Has their offer of resignation been formally rejected by the CWC? Where does it stand?
Absolutely, it was unanimously rejected by the CWC. They said that, as we've been reporting on Headlines Today, that all of us are in this together. It's the collective responsibility, and how can the responsibility only lie at the doorstep of the Congress president and the Congress vice president? This is something which was virtually known to everybody, that it was just a formality which was being played out. But yes, there is going to be a serious amount of introspection which will go, and also from here we will see that there would be some changes which will be made, but we'll have to wait and watch when that happens. Now, as we speak, the resolution is being drafted and we will be given that resolution shortly.
All right. So no resignation by any CWC member, the highest decision-making body of the Congress. We are learning that Rahul Gandhi, the Congress vice president and the man who led Congress's campaign in Lok Sabha election, along with party chief Sonia Gandhi, offered to resign, but their offer of resignation was rejected by the CWC. So clearly, no dramatic shake-up in this big meeting of the Congress, Ashar.
Well, that has been the Congress strategy. I mean, for however long covers the Congress party, the bottom line has been that there has been no knee-jerk reaction, so to speak. Everything takes its own sweet time, so to speak. And this time also, we are learning that resignations were offered, but they were unanimously rejected.
And in fact, the opposition might just sharpen its knives after this decision by the CWC. Many had in fact called this meeting farcical even before it began, saying there is going to be a resignation drama. It's just plain gimmickry. Nothing really will happen because the Congress knows that it depends way too much on the Gandhi family to really get rid of its president and the vice president, both of whom have in fact led this campaign.
Well, absolutely, that was expected. After all, the Gandhi family is the glue which holds the Congress party together. But as we've been reporting, that there are going to be a lot of attacks on the working style and the office of the Congress vice president, who was de facto leading the campaign in 2014 elections.
All right, Ashar, I also wanted to get a word in about whether the issue of Priyanka Gandhi was discussed at all or not, because we did see some members of the Congress put up posters in Allahabad. There have been members of the Congress party who had camped outside the Congress headquarters with Priyanka Gandhi's posters, asking the top party leadership to think of bringing in Priyanka Gandhi as a replacement of Rahul Gandhi. Was that something that was even brought up during the CWC?
Well, at the moment, much of that was not discussed, but basically there was everybody who was owning up responsibility. What we are also understanding is that the General Secretary and the state in charges also were owning up to the responsibility due to the inability of them to get any seat. For example, in states like Uttarakhand, in states like Himachal Pradesh, in states like Rajasthan, Gujarat, also Odisha, we've seen that the Congress did not even get a single seat. Now, state in charges of these states also were expressing that they have not done their work well, and if they left it to the office of the Congress president, whatever she decides with them. So by and large, it was more of a meeting where everybody was trying to own up that look, we all made a mistake, and we are leaving it to the Congress president, who's the boss. She takes the final call. But yes, the interesting aspect is as we've been reporting in the last 2 days, that both the Congress president and the Congress vice president offered to resign, which was unanimously rejected. So in a nutshell, responsibility once again being placed and faith once again being placed at the Congress president, because everybody left it at the office of the Congress president to decide what needs to be done next. So now in the last couple of months or last year and a half or so, we've seen that there was a dual power center which was functioning in the Congress party, which meant that the office of the Congress president and the office of the vice president. Now the basic problem which the entire Congress MPs had was with the office of the vice president. The basic allegation was that these are non-political people, while on the other hand, the office of the Congress president has people who have fought elections, who have come up the hard way, who are by and large people who have grown as in the electoral process of this country, which is not present in the office of Rahul Gandhi. So the big takeaway would be...
Ashar, I just request you to hold your thought. I believe we have on the phone line with us Priyanka Chaturvedi, spokesperson of the Congress right now. Priyanka, when Congress talked about introspection, did it also mean accountability? Because two of your top leaders, the president and the vice president, offered to resign, but the CWC, in its collective wisdom, rejected it. So what does it mean for accountability? All right, seems we've lost that line. We'll try and reconnect with Congress spokesperson and try and get their reactions on this big news coming in just now. The CWC has just got over Rahul Gandhi and Sonia Gandhi both offering to resign, but that proposal has now been rejected by the highest decision-making body of the Congress. Ashar Khan getting us the very latest from Congress headquarters where that meeting was taking place. And Ashar, many would in fact say that when you blame everyone for a debacle as big as this, you're basically absolving everyone of guilt or any wrongdoing or any lapses on their part, because as far as fixing accountability on people is concerned, nothing of that sort has been witnessed, at least till now.
Well, absolutely, that is absolutely there. But what we expect is that in the next couple of days, there would be a major reshuffle in the ranks of the Congress. Now, the Congress party works on the basis of general secretaries who are mostly state in charges. Now, these state in charges act as
Ashar, I believe we have Priyanka Chaturvedi back with us on the phone line, Congress spokesperson now joining us. Priyanka, as we are learning, both Rahul and Sonia offered to resign, taking responsibility for this defeat, but the CWC unanimously rejected that. What does it mean for accountability when your Congress president on the day of the results said that we are going to go into deep introspection and figure out ways and how to really read the judgment of the people?
No, you need to understand, accountability does not mean that people need to step down to, hold themselves responsible. You need to understand we need an entire overhaul, we need course correction, and we would need leadership and the right kind of leadership to take this entire, whatever we've seen in the results, take this forward and how the party moves forward. So having said that, I would say that expecting a resignation or accepting this resignation was the right way. Not accepting it was the right thing to do.
All right, and many would say this in fact played out according to the script. Sonia Gandhi and Rahul Gandhi both offering to resign, CWC rejecting it, something that has come up in reports earlier. Headlines today had been reporting extensively on how exactly things may pan out at the CWC, and that's exactly what happens. You may be accused of gimmickry here.
No, absolutely not. It's how media chooses to look at it. But we need to understand, as a party, we at this point in time, we need decisive leadership and we trust their leaders. And whatever course correction is needed and whatever revival of Congress or changes that we need to make has to happen under decisive leadership.
Committee being formed.
No committee is being formed.
Hey, yo, let's stop pushing.
Well, these in fact are stunning pictures. Congress leaders, top leaders of the Congress party refusing to speak to the media after the Congress working committee meet, not divulging any detail of what exactly happened. All right, I was wondering whether Beni Prasad Verma, the outspoken Congress leader, may say something, but so far there have been no official reactions from any Congress leader who was present at the CWC meet. We were just speaking to the Congress spokesperson Priyanka Chaturvedi, who said that this was a meeting where there was a lot of soul searching.
सोनिया और राहुल जी दोनों ने इस्तीफा ऑफर किया। अब कितनी बार बोलूंगा मैं?
पीछे रह जाते हैं कुछ लोग।
इनको आने दीजिए।
एक बार लास्ट बार बता दीजिए सर, इस्तीफा सोनिया गांधी राहुल ने।
I say it was not accepted.
It was not accepted, but they offered.
What did they offer?
They offered. And any corrective measures, sir?
दोनों ने ऑफर किया, रजिस्टर पार्टी का क्या व्यू था? पार्टी के लोग बोले, लेकिन वो साइलेंट, they did not respond. आप साइलेंट थे? अच्छा। But how do you see, sir? Do you think resignation is?
All right, so that is one of the Congress leaders who only said this much, that Rahul and Sonia both offered to resign but will not say a word more than that. That offer of resignation was rejected collectively by the Congress Working Committee. These pictures from earlier on, while the CWC was meeting at the Congress headquarters, top leaders of the party putting their heads together for post-mortem of the electoral defeat, a humiliating one at that, in these Lok Sabha elections. Many, in fact, accusing the Congress of just play acting. In fact, it had been reported extensively that both Rahul Gandhi and Sonia Gandhi may offer to resign, and in the same breath it was reported that the resignation would be rejected by the CWC, and exactly the same playing out at today's Congress Working Committee meeting. Ashar Khan still with us from outside the Congress headquarters. Ashar, no surprise really coming in from this meeting. Much was being speculated on what could happen, whether there will be collective resignation, whether there will be some sort of a big shake-up. None of that coming to the fore. It's all going according to the script that was being reported.
Absolutely going according to script. Manmohan Singh also, the Prime Minister.
Busle is an official spokesman for CWC. Okay. बताइए।
राहुल जी ने इस्तीफे का ऑफर किया था जो एक्सेप्ट नहीं किया गया है।
भाई आप उनसे पूछ लीजिए। Don't ask me. Okay.
छोड़ शॉट छोड़। ऑफ द रिकॉर्ड बात वो तो अलग है। सर नहीं ऑफ द रिकॉर्ड नीचे। किन-किन मुद्दों पे चर्चा हुई? क्या-क्या मुद्दों पे बात?
चुनाव पे, अगली तैयारी पे, स्टेट्स के जो इलेक्शन आ रहे हैं उस पे।
क्या संगठन में फेरबदल के बारे में चर्चा हुई?
संगठन फेरबदल के बारे में चर्चा नहीं हुई। ये अधिकार दे दिया गया मैडम को कि आप जैसा चाहें वैसा रिशफल करें।
क्या ये कोई किसी ने इस्तीफा दिया है?
क्यों इस्तीफा देंगे?
किसी ने नहीं दिया।
क्यों देंगे?
किसी ने ऑफर करा है?
अरे क्यों करेंगे? पूरी पार्टी सोनिया जी और राहुल जी के पीछे खड़ी है।
जिम्मेदारी की अगर बात करें तो किसकी जिम्मेदारी?
हम सबसे बड़े जिम्मेदार हम।
अच्छा, क्या मतलब कम्युनिज्म के बारे में
किया? कांग्रेस वर्कर्स का धन्यवाद किया और आगे जो कमजोरी रही है उसके इंट्रोस्पेक्शन की है तो वो करेंगे।
हरियाणा को लेकर किसी तरह कोई चर्चा हुई, कोई गुटबाजी को लेकर किस तरीके से हरियाणा में लेकर CWC ने अपनी तरफ से इस्तीफा देने की बात? सोनिया जी ने?
हरियाणा की कोई चर्चा नहीं हुई।
तो जिम्मेदारी की अगर बात करें तो
रेजोल्यूशन है, उसमें सब बात है।
Sir, Sonia Gandhi offered to resign. Is it true that the party has passed a resolution in her favor, reposing its fate on her?
That is already there. Resolution that includes everything.
Did she offer to resign, sir?
No, that is in the resolution itself. Whatever is transpired.
नहीं, फाइनल डिसीजन जो रेजोल्यूशन पास करा है उसमें क्या बोला है?
उसमें यही है कि फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल वर्कर्स का धन्यवाद किया है और जो कमियां रही हैं उसकी इंट्रोस्पेक्शन करेंगे और उनको ठीक करेंगे ताकि आने वाले जो 4-5 स्टेट में चुनाव है उनकी लड़ाई।
तो जो किसी के ऊपर रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी फिक्स करी है, किसी ने माना है हमारी गलती है?
नहीं, रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी क्या है? रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी तो कांग्रेस की है।
अच्छा, किसी ने रिजाइन कर, राहुल ने या सोनिया ने रिजाइन किया?
लेकिन प्रियंका को लाने की मांगे उठ रही है कांग्रेस के अंदर से।
सर, किन-किन मुद्दों पर डिस्कशन हुआ ये बता दीजिए।
All right, so Sonia Gandhi and Rahul Gandhi will continue to remain in the saddle. Well, the CWC not only unanimously rejected the resignation, the offer of resignation that was moved by Sonia and Rahul, taking responsibility for the poll debacle, but they've also passed a resolution endorsing Sonia Gandhi and Rahul Gandhi's leadership, giving them full power to prepare a roadmap now for the Congress to revive the party. Well, Congress leaders prominently tight-lipped, but some of them sharing details of what exactly happened. Let's just talk about issues now, Javed, because clearly these resignations that were offered by Sonia and Rahul have been rejected. But what were the issues that were discussed? Was there anything that was discussed beyond responsibility, something that the Congress needs to take up immediately if it were to travel the path of recovery?
Well, certainly lots of issues raised. First, soon as Mrs. Sonia Gandhi spoke of offering her resignation, everybody just stood up. Lots of senior leaders spoke, and finally it was left to Prime Minister Manmohan Singh. He intervened and he says, I take responsibility for what happened. I was heading the government. Rahul ji and Mrs. Gandhi have done everything they possibly could. I would personally request both of them not to insist. Thereafter, a lot of things were discussed. Mr. Chidambaram raised the question of accountability. He said a lot of leaders come and recommend candidates for to be given tickets. Once tickets are given, they don't take responsibility. He suggested that they should be held accountable and a roster be maintained of those who had recommended and then be held accountable for the performances. There were Mr. Anthony spoke, as is Amrinder Singh, Ajit Jogi, lots of people. Then the usual stuff they cited: the lack of communication, the government's inability to project the good work that it had done. They've authorized the Congress president to fashion the roadmap ahead and also to take all appropriate measures she deems fit in restructuring the party. The question of who will be the leader of the opposition and whether PCC chiefs and others and general secretaries will be culled or removed from their posts, all that has been left to the Congress president to decide.
Right, Ashar Khan is also with us. Ashar, I want to know from you, with this offer of resignation now rejected by the Congress Working Committee, as far as the issue of leadership is concerned, the Congress in a way is sending an unequivocal message that it wants the Gandhi family to lead the Congress even after this humiliating defeat in the Lok Sabha elections. All right, it seems we don't have Asha with us. Javed, if I could take that question to you. The leadership question, it seems, has been answered for now by the CWC, which has rejected Sonia and Rahul's resignation.
Yes, it has, but it would never, I mean, seriously speaking, it never was in question. Because like I've been saying, in all the years that I've covered Congress and the way the Congress party is structured, I do not see a Congress party without a member of the Gandhi family heading it. And this is not just my view, this is based on my interactions with senior leaders as well as workers of the Congress party. This is the glue that holds it together, and they believe that if in this moment of defeat, in this moment of despair, they take a knee-jerk reaction and remove them or agree to their request to be removed, then there will be nobody else to hold the party together, and the party will sooner rather than later splinter. This is an eventuality they do not want to even countenance, and hence they've decided to continue reposing their faith in the Congress leadership.
But the big message that was perhaps awaited from this meeting of some sort of a churn or a big shake-up that could perhaps point to the Congress trying to breathe in life into the grand old party, that somehow seems to have got missed, Javed, with what appears to be the choice of status quo as far as the CWC is concerned.
Look, this is not, whatever culling, whatever restructuring, whatever reappointments or shifting of personnel is to take place wasn't ever likely to be announced in this meeting. Now that the Congress president has been authorized, I am told that in days or at the very latest weeks to come, these changes, these far-reaching changes will be made. My colleague Ashar Khan reported yesterday that several general secretaries and secretaries will be removed, as well departmental heads, and more than that, they want to introduce a system of accountability. So every general secretary or office bearer who's put in charge of a state or a project or a state assembly elections, they will be held accountable for the performance. An introspection committee will be set up, and one of the suggestions that came up was that the next 6 months all leaders should spend in interacting with their workers. The immediate task on hand is some of the state assembly elections coming up. And one lead, Mr. Dhawan, also cited the fact that after Mrs. Indira Gandhi was voted out of power, the revival came in the first assembly elections that followed, where the Congress did very well and won that state. So they said we should now just solely concentrate all our energies on ensuring that we do well in the forthcoming state assembly elections.